Welcome to the Joy to the World podcast. Each day during December, we will explore together passages from the Bible that teach us about God's joy in this world, His Son, Jesus Christ. Make sure you subscribe to whichever platform you get your podcast from, or listen on our YouTube channel by searching for Annalong Presbyterian Church.
Day 24, Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 to 12, read from the English Standard Version. Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him, and assembled all the chief priests and scribes of the people. He inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They told him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it is written by the prophet. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who shall shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod summoned the wise men secretly, and ascertained from them what time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, that I too may come and worship him. After listening to the king, they went on their way. And behold, the star that they had seen when it rose, and went before them until it came to rest over the place where the child was. And when they saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold, and frankincense, and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way.
Having met the shepherds yesterday and learned of their significance in visiting Jesus, it is now the turn of the wise men. This is another favourite of the nativity plays. The selected wise men get to dress up in fancy costumes, usually very colourful ones, and wear crowns. There are nearly always three, each carrying one of the gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. There's great significance in their visit for quite a number of reasons. First, they come looking for a king. These strangers from Orient lands have no knowledge of the prophecies about a Messiah. They don't come looking for a saviour, they come expecting royalty. And as we would expect, they go to the royal palace to find the royal child. But they get more than they bargain for. When they arrive in Jerusalem and inquire about the newborn king, they discover that none exists. And rather than being helped, they are put into a corner by the paranoid King Herod. They are eventually dispatched from Jerusalem to the city of David. They show great delight at seeing the star coming to rest over the place in Bethlehem. They come to present their gifts to the Saviour. And here is our second significant part of this visit. Herod's wise men knew exactly where to find the Messiah, but they didn't rush to worship him. It is the visitor, the stranger, the Gentile, who welcomes the newborn king. Through their visit, we see how things will change. A relationship with God, previously thought as exclusively for the Jews, is now open to the Gentiles. This shows us hope that we too can know God as our only God. The third piece of information is the gifts they bring. Each gift is significant. Gold, the gift for a king. It was the most valuable item that could be given. Frankincense, a resin used ceremonially for the only incense permitted on the altar. Once again, we see how worship of God will change, and that worship will now be through the Son. Myrrh. It's a sap used in incense and perfume, and we know this as pointing to his death. These visitors are the first to acknowledge Jesus for who he really is. They didn't come looking for a saviour, but that is who they found. When we seek Jesus, we find the only one who can and will save us. Thank you for listening to this Joy to the World podcast. Please make sure you subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts from so that you can receive this directly every day. And also, if you're listening on YouTube, do subscribe and click that bell icon so that you too can be notified when each episode is available.